The meaning of the movie. Author Orpheus for reading 3 minutes. Published 26.12. 2021 updated 26.12. 2021 historical feature films always arouse the interest of an appreciative viewer. After all, with their help you can fully immerse yourself in the unique atmosphere of the time, learn new interesting facts about the history of the country and become a participant in the rapidly developing plot. And the picture, The Last Duel, which is about France in the late 14th century, will interest everyone who feels close to the culture of this country and wants to feel the complexity of relationships among the ruling classes of the time. Features of the plot of the picture. Thanks to the actively developing plot of the movie, The Last Duel is easy to watch, and the features of the characters of the main characters are shown so voluminously that the viewer from the very first frames becomes as if one of the active characters of the picture. The director managed to create the most believable atmosphere of the time, because the end of the 14th century the territory of France was torn by conflicts, and to build a harmonious picture with a clear statement of the sequence of events, a great merit of the creators of the movie. Interesting fact that the actors in the picture are quite real. Initially on this story was written a book, which the reader gets acquainted with a real, not fictional knight and his faithful squire. Both served the country's famous count named Pierre d'Alençon, and their exploits become the basis first of the book and then of the movie, The Last Duel. Genre of the movie. The picture belongs to historical dramas with active action. With the help of thoughtful dialogues and shooting in the most beautiful places of the country, the film is watched in one breath, not letting the audience go for a minute. No less important is the competently selected cast. Thanks to the multitude of famous names, even more than once the events do not tire. The director has set himself the task of exploring with the audience deep problems, touching on many moral issues, because they do not lose their relevance at any time. The drama is shown in the film with a special breadth. It can be classified as a moral saga with colorfully depicted military events. One can pay attention to some protractedness of events in the movie, but since each episode in it is repeated 3 times, or from the point of view of each main character, thanks to this director's decision the viewer gets a complete picture of that time. The sequence of events. Jean de Carouge, who is a real knight from 14th century France, and his squire Jacques Legris serve the count and show themselves as loyal soldiers and patriots of their country. As friends, the young men experience many military battles and adventures together. One day the wife of the knight de Carouge, Marguerite, makes an allegation of rape. According to the customs of the time for justice, the protagonists turn to the French king, who authorizes a duel to resolve the conflict. In this way, the supreme will of God will be determined, who will do justice. The knight and the rapist, being friends, experience a terrible inner drama, to increase the volume of which the director makes an extraordinary decision. All the events of the movie are shown 3 times, from the point of view of each active character. The tension gradually builds as the stakes are raised by the appearance of more and more new faces in the picture. Their interrelationships with the main characters reinforce the ever-growing tension that arises when watching the picture. Marguerite, as the aggrieved and justice-seeking party, epitomizes her tenacity and dignity. And the textured performances of Jean de Carouge and his squire add expressiveness to the movie, increasing the heat of passion and increasingly engrossing the viewer. What the picture makes you think about the study of the peculiarities of manners of that time in France is supplemented by constant analysis together with the main characters of such eternal questions as the value and depth of friendship, love and betrayal. As the development of events in the movie shows, much depends on the role of a woman, her chosen path in achieving justice.